guys, and welcome back to the channel Held Dominance. Anthony here. Please remember to like and subscribe, and also click that notification bell if you're enjoying what you're seeing and want to see more. Coming up, Robert Hicks calls time on his full-time refereeing career. Ottawa Aces make a League One decision. And Salford are being proactive with their academy in case of Super League ruling. So we'll continue with and begin today the story in regards to academies, as there seems to be a club that has made their first move into self-sustainability for the academies, and that club was one of the teams that were initially rejected for a super license, and it's Salford Red Devils. Salford Red Devils are pleased to announce that the Salford RLFC Supporters Trust as an official partner of our Reds Elite Development Squad, their website reads. The club and the Supporters Trust are looking forward to identifying and nurturing young players in the city of Salford in the under 14s and under 16s age groups. Following coaching and guidance, these young players will hopefully progress from the Reds Elite Development Squad to the reserve grade, which will return in 2022. The Reds Elite Development Squad will not only benefit from the players, but will also provide opportunities for community coaches to develop their skills. Thanks to an investment of $22,000 from the Supporters Trust, we will be able to establish a strong foundation for our players' pathway, and Salford Red Devils are extremely grateful for the Supporters Trust's contribution. Memberships play a pivotal part in the funding partnerships like this for the Supporters Trust, and you can purchase or renew yours for 2022 for just £10 with an optional £5 donation towards the Pathways Fund. Speaking on the partnership with the Supporters Trust, Salford Red Devils Chief Executive Chairman Paul King said, "The fundraising and support of the Salford RLFC Supporters Club Trust is hugely appreciated by everyone at the club. This key partnership will enable both parties to work even closer together to strengthen the pathways for young rugby league players in the city, who will then become the future stars of Salford Red Devils." Following this, the chair of the Supporters Trust, Peter Brady, added, "The Supporters Trust is committed to the club's youth pathway and is delighted to be able to sponsor the Reds Elite Development Squad for 2022. This support would not have been possible but for the continued support of our members and fundraising efforts of so many committed fans. Please join the trust so we can continue this level of support for years to come." This seems to be the pathway that many clubs will be looking to do, as it will be local supporters and donations that are going to running their academies. Some will have their own finances coming into it, and other sponsors obviously, but the smaller clubs, I reckon, like Wakefield, Castle not so small to be fair, in there and was surprised by the following, and they're fully committed to their academies and everything like that. But Salford did need to do this. It may even connect and cross over to bringing crowds to the AJ Bell, and who knows what would happen with that stadium move this year. We've got to find out about that. Oh. Now, as we reported earlier in the week, Ottawa Aces were looking into alternative options for competing into the RFL, as it seemed less and less likely that they were going to compete from Canada. And we have finally got confirmation via their own website, as a short statement said, friends and supporters, as we continue to navigate COVID-19 and the considerable effect it has on all our lives, we want to share an update on the Ottawa Aces. It is with a heavy heart we must announce that the club has been forced to permanently relocate back to England and a more stable operating environment. In the coming weeks, our new permanent location in England will be revealed. Due to this move, all season ticket membership deposits will be refunded. We launched our club to move from Hemel Hempstead to Ottawa in March 9th, 2020. A few days later, the pandemic began to spread within Canada. In essence, we have lived the entirety of our existence amid the pandemic. Last season, we were revved up to play in our inaugural campaign, when we were forced to pull out due to ongoing proliferation of the pandemic. Let it be known, a wide range of solutions have been explored, with a view of keeping this club in Ottawa, as well as numerous factors were considered. These factors included, but were not limited to, consultation with both governments of the United Kingdom and Canada, and the project ease and availability of travel options next year. Unfortunately, despite the extreme motivation, significant financial investment, and the heart and soul of our staff being poured into the task, it has proven a bridge too far. We would like to thank our sponsors, Ottawa Sports and Entertainment Group, and most of all our fans in the Ottawa region for their steadfast support. We hope one day professional rugby league can return to Canada, and specifically TD Place Stadium. It's a sad state of affairs, to be honest, as it seemed like that Canada was growing into the rugby league family properly. Their heart and soul was in it. They had a base hardcore supporters like you would see in the north of England, in places like Keighley, Whitehaven, Featherstone, with the potential for growth. Ottawa is another big city that Super League have been looking into. Well, Rugby League have been looking into, after Toronto, Paris, Perpignan, and now Toulouse, where there have been a few options that they've been looking into for the Rugby League base, and the rumours keep coming out that Liverpool, Harrogate, Bristol, and a few other towns have been looked at. Where we will find them, we just don't know. One person keeps saying Hemel Hempstead, back to where it all began. But they'd have to look at the market properly. If the Canadian group comes along that own the club and use their motivation to push the promotion of Ottawa Aces or the Aces brand, great. It will be a plus for Rugby League, as it's an area that was growing in Rugby League stature, but needed something else. Financial backing, mostly, to push it over to the next level. Like everything, it needs money, and these guys were using Canada and the base to create that money for their Rugby League club. So we'll see what happens next, but I'm looking forward to it, and I'm sorry to the Canadian fans. I'd love to have visited the Ottawa Aces at TD Place Stadium, and then moved on to Lamport Stadium for the NARL game, possibly the day after. Now, keep your chins up, Canadian rugby fans, as there is the CCCL and also the NARL, as I mentioned. So get behind and support them. The more people support, if you're supporting your team and your team's successful, the rest of the league will have to follow suit. Anyway, sad day for expansionists, but I'm going to be optimistic about the growth of Rugby League, as it could spread to another part of England. Good luck. So after video refereeing the 2 games between the men's and women's England and French teams in Perpignan this weekend, it's come to announcement that Robert Hicks has retired as a full-time match official to take up a new role as Director of Operations and Legal at the RFL. So Hicks, 40 years old, will continue as a part-time official, with focusing on offering support to developing younger talent. On this, Hicks said, "I've loved being part of the full-time official squad, as much for the team spirit and togetherness as for the big matches I've been involved in. But this is the right time and reason for me to revert into a part-time and mentoring role, allowing me to devote the majority of my time to operations and legal. I think there's been a significant change in attitudes towards match officials in recent weeks, as an awareness has spread throughout the sport at the level of abuse, whether verbal or occasionally physical, is completely unacceptable and is doing real damage to the challenging areas of referee recruitment and retention. One of my main priorities in this new role this winter will be a fresh start focus on the RFL's Enjoy the Game and Respect campaigns. So it's important for us all in the sport to support our officials in this regard." This is definitely a nod and a point towards the one incident involving a referee, this time referee Joel Stern, who gave up the game after an assault by a Milford amateur club player. That player has been since banned from playing rugby league for life. The Respect the Ref campaign has been going around for everyone, every sport, to get on board with, because we need referees. If we don't have them, we can't play our game. At professional level, definitely, and also tripling down to the amateur ranks. So to get on the legal side and mentoring and support, I back Robert Hicks for doing this, as it can only be positive. Speaking about Robert Hicks, his boss Steve Ganson said, "I'm thanking and congratulating Robert for his contributions as a full-time official for the last decade. I'm also delighted that his knowledge and experience will still be available to us, both as a referee and a touch judge, and as a mentor to younger officials. He has been a key figure in our full-time group, and is liked and respected by match officials at all levels for his love of the sport and his commitment to it." Hicks' new role will cover all areas of regulation, from the community game to Super League. He has been a full-time official since 2011, having previously spent 5 seasons on the Grade 1 list. New appointments to the full-time match official squad will be expected soon, but we have to admit that Robert Hicks is going to be a miss when it comes to the matchday experience, for his way that he pushes the game along, keeps it free-flowing, and also his definitive decisions, whether they're right or wrong. He's definitive in his opinion on the decision. Can't say more than that. I really hope that more referees come into the game and use him as an example, as his experience will be something that they can count upon in the ways that they can grow into first-class referees for our sport. So I'm just going to say thank you, Robert Hicks. So that's it for another episode, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe and share this video worldwide. Also, please comment in the comments below about what your thoughts are for this video. Tell me if you think Robert Hicks' decision is the right one to leave rugby league at this time, or should he go out for a little bit more while bedding in these youngsters, create a team to go around them. But in any case, thank you so much for watching. Please share these videos with all your friends, because we need more people involved in rugby league, whether they want to be supporters, commentators, players, juniors, coaches, referees, match officials, support staff, even just want to start a rugby club for their kids to play. Bring in a coach. It's our sport. We've got to show the love for our sport. I know you guys love it because you're all watching it and enjoying it. And you also subscribe to this video at Seabreeze. So thank you so much. All the best. Stay safe. I'll see you in the next video.